Airlines flight made an emergency landing in Syracuse today.
We have full team coverage on the train derailment in Vermont.
And there could be a new candidate in the race for president.
Citrus TV News starts right now.
From the Citrus TV studios, this is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Welcome to Citrus TV News live at 6 for Monday, October 5th. I'm Topher Lane.
And I'm Claire Moran. An American Airlines flight made an unexpected landing today at Syracuse's Hancock International Airport, and that's tonight's top story. A pilot flying American Airlines Flight 550 died en route to Boston today. The red-eye flight originated at Sky Harbor International Airport in Phoenix and was expected to land in Boston at 8 a.m. The co-pilot took control of the plane and safely landed in Syracuse. EMTs met the plane on the tarmac and pronounced the pilot dead. The flight did continue on to Boston, and all 147 passengers were okay.
The mothers of Trayvon Martin and Michael Brown will be coming to SU for a panel discussion on October 28th. Leslie McSpaden, the mother of Michael Brown, and Sabrina Fulton, the mother of Trayvon Martin, will participate in a discussion called Injustice for All. CNN reporters and news anchors will also be part of the panel. The university's National Pan-Hellenic Council is sponsoring the big event. Tickets are free and will be available in the Shine Student Center. Well, it's flu shot season already here in Syracuse, and students are preparing for those long winter months. On October 14th, the SU Health Center will be offering a free flu shot clinic for students, faculty, and staff. The clinic will be in the Flanagan Gym from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. The health center is hoping to give as many as 2,000 flu shots during that time. Students are encouraged to get vaccinated in order to promote a healthy campus this winter.
The 25th annual Walk to End Alzheimer's broke 2 records this weekend in Liverpool. More than 1,800 people gathered at Long Branch Park on Saturday morning. Participants raised more than $200,000 and had a record-breaking attendance. Syracuse students also participated in the walk, with the SU Alzheimer's Student Association leading the charge, bringing along more than 15 student volunteers. And traffic in and around South Campus was redirected yesterday due to a Festivus event held outside of Manley Fieldhouse. Citrus TV News reporter Jeff Slauson was there to give us the details.
More than 1,500 participants from 22 states, Canada, and New Zealand ran in the 23rd annual Festival of Races, held outside of Syracuse's Manley Fieldhouse. The runners, ranging from ages 8 to 89, participated in 3 separate heats: a men's 5K, a women's 5K, and a 3K family fun and fitness run, which gave younger, more experienced runners a chance to race against a very diverse field.
Got the 65-year-olds out there running faster than me, and even the 10-year-olds running faster than me, so it's fun.
The Festival of Races also uses the race to reinvest in the Syracuse community. This year, the festival put an emphasis on partnering with numerous nonprofits, allowing the organizations a chance to fundraise without the hassle of running their own event.
The concept of rolling in nonprofits with the Festival of Races benefits them because they don't have to plan an event on their own. It's already done for them.
The increased presence of nonprofits also allowed racers to choose where their donations went, letting the participants run for their own cause.
They have the option of running for a number of charities. 15 charities signed up to be beneficiaries, plus the United Way, which represents 34 more charities that they fund. So it's a run for a reason type of race, a charity of choice, some people call it. But we like to say it's run for your reason or run for your charity. So it's a win-win.
While I certainly thought it was a bit cold today for a race, that certainly did not affect all of the racers today, as well as the 15 non-for-profits that came out. The Festival of Races has raised over $200,000 thus far over their 23-year career and are hoping to raise more. And next year, they're hoping for over 30 non-for-profits to join them. For Citrus TV News, Jeff Slauson.
If you're interested in becoming involved with next year's Festival of Races, they are already taking applications at festivalofraces.com.
Coming up on Citrus TV News Live at 6, updates on the Amtrak derailment in Vermont.
And the Nobel Prize for Medicine was announced today.
fall day today with temperatures in the 60s. I'll have your full weather forecast coming up.
Nation, I'm Brianna Butler on the women's basketball team.
And I'm Trevor Cooney of the men's basketball team.
And the season is right around the corner.
You can get your first look at the teams at Orange Madness on Friday, October 16th.
Come watch us at the Carrier Dome for the first time this season. There'll be a dunk contest.
And after the scrimmages, come get selfies with the teams.
Hope to see you there. We nailed it. Killed it.
If you see news happening on campus in Syracuse or across the nation, call the Citrus TV newsroom 315-443-1177 or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
Welcome to Orange Press Pass.
Orange Press Pass is your ticket inside the Syracuse locker room. Hear from the coaches.
We got some open looks from the perimeter
and players.
Well, I saw pressure coming from the backside.
Get in-depth analysis, reports on site, and more.
Let's go on OPP.
Orange Press Pass, live after every Syracuse game.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play or even what you wear. You just need to be there. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311.
An Amtrak passenger train headed to Washington, D.C. derailed in Vermont, leaving 7 people injured so far. Officials say 2 cars went off the track and over an embankment after the train hit rocks on the side of the tracks just after 10:30 this morning. 1 person has been airlifted to a nearby hospital, and officials are still investigating what happened. Several days of heavy rain have caused excessive flooding in South Carolina. This is the most rain the state has ever received in over 1,000 years. According to the National Weather Service, a record-breaking 8.7 inches of rain fell during a 24-hour period, over the weekend. 7 weather-related deaths have already been reported. Citrus TV weather reporter Brittany Muller will have 4 coverage on the historic flood later on tonight.
4 male students were arrested in California on Friday for allegedly planning to open fire on their high school. Fellow students overheard the students discussing their plan and told school staff. The school then reported it to the sheriff's office, who took action immediately. Officials found evidence that confirmed the suspects were plotting to shoot students and teachers at Somerville High School. The students have not yet been charged. And Philadelphia area colleges are on alert today after an online posting threatened violence on an unspecified campus. The anonymous social media post stated that the attack would occur at 2 in the afternoon today. The FBI has warned schools of the threat and is currently investigating. Area colleges and universities have added extra patrols by their campus police for today.
The Nobel Prize for Medicine has been jointly awarded this year. One half of the prize goes to Ireland's William Campbell and Japan's Satoshi Omura for their creation of a drug that is used to treat infections caused by roundworm parasites, while the other half was awarded to Tu Yu of China for her research into traditional herbal medicine for malaria. The award was presented in Sweden by the Secretary General of the Nobel Assembly. A U.S. cargo ship carrying 33 people lost at sea is believed to have sunk. The Coast Guard says they lost communication on Thursday after the crew reported to have taken on water. The ship was traveling from Jacksonville, Florida to Puerto Rico when Hurricane Joaquin strengthened to a Cat 4 hurricane, and the Coast Guard says they found debris that may be from the El Faro, but it has not been confirmed. In a press conference today, officials say they remain hopeful that they will find more crew members.
Remain hopeful that Keith and the entire crew of the El Faro will be found safe. And in the meantime, our thoughts and our prayers go out to Keith's family and to the families of all the mariners that are on board.
After recent stabbing attacks in Jerusalem, Palestinians were not allowed to enter the Old City over the weekend. Police say the attacks left 2 Israelis dead and 3 wounded. Palestinian officials told the UN last week that Israel had broken many of its promises and that they would not be honoring any further agreements. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says he will implement new measures for a fight to death against Palestinian terror. And in Guatemala, families are mourning the loss of family and friends to deadly mudslides. Officials say at least 114 people are dead, but only 82 have been identified. Crews are digging through the mounds of mud and dirt to continue finding people. Emergency workers believe that many more people are trapped in the mud that they are having trouble getting to.
An interview with the Syrian president suggested a change in leadership could be possible. President Bashar al-Assad said he would step down if he believed it could help his country. Syria is going on its 5th year of civil war, and several world officials have called for Assad to step down. But he says that if the West continues to support terrorism, he will not leave office. We had a dry day here in central New York, but that's not the case for those in South Carolina today. Citrus TV's weather reporter Brittany Muller is live in studio to let us know if the rain in the south will be affecting us anytime soon.
Yeah, Topher, we have those nice fall temperatures outside today. It's currently 61 degrees with winds out of the northeast. And tonight, looking into cooler temperatures, we will have high in the 40s and partly cloudy. Here are the current temperatures across the country. We're seeing those fall temperatures, and except in Texas and Florida where we see that 80-degree weather. Here are the current service temperatures. Across the Midwest, we can see a low pressure system as well as hitting the Carolinas. Taking a closer look, we can see that this low pressure system is definitely making the Carolinas have torrential rain. You could see Charleston got hit with 17 inches of rain, as well as Georgetown got 20 inches of rain these past 4 days. South Carolina, Virginia, and New Jersey are all under flood watches. Here's a look at the live map. Hurricane Joaquin is veering off to the northeast, so we're not really looking at that anymore, but this low pressure system right here is causing life-threatening rip currents and coastal floodings. This rain is expected to continue. And here's a look for tomorrow. We're going to pop back up to 67 degrees. It's going to be warm and sunny, so take advantage of those fall-like temperatures before we get into the 40s and 30s. And here's a look at your full day forecast. Tomorrow 67 degrees, Wednesday 65 degrees, Thursday 65. When we get to Friday, it's going to drop down to 62 with a 90% chance of rain. So if you're heading out, you definitely want to grab that umbrella and raincoat. Saturday 57 degrees. We're going to drop in temperature by the weekend.
So how long are those flood watches in the south supposed to last? That's pretty scary.
Yeah, we're going to see that for the next few days. It's really unexpected. We're getting that end of the low pressure system. So it's really devastating, the amount of homes and the amount of people it's affected. So we're just keeping an eye on that.
All right, thanks, Brittany.
Of course.
And coming up next on the Monday edition of Citrus TV News Live at 6, we have Hillary Clinton and a Hillary Clinton lookalike.
All that and more on the road to 2016. We'll be right back.
Every proper bear knows that the right fit means everything. Especially when it comes to car seats.
Oh, really? I just did what any bear would do.
So know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size.
I like it.
To learn more, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Oh, hello there.
Oh, where's that bear?
Really?
Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Well, you may notice we're wearing these ribbons, and that's for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And a new study has come out just in time for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The study reveals that chemotherapy, the standard treatment for breast cancer, may not be right for all patients. Rather than using chemo for all patients, doctors may start to personalize medicine. The study shows that it will be more effective to analyze each patient's cancer and tailor treatments accordingly. Police have been noticing a trend for years, and now scientists have confirmed their observations. Researchers say mass shootings and school attacks, in fact, inspire copycats. According to a new report, between 20 and 30% of attackers are set off by other attacks. Researchers say that the effects can last up to 13 days. As seen through the recent shooting in Oregon, mass killings are becoming very common in the U.S.
Donald Trump has taken a strong stance against gun control. The Republican presidential hopeful said over the weekend that if the teachers at Umpqua Community College in Oregon were armed, last week's shooting would have been much less tragic. 10 people died in the shooting last Thursday, including the shooter, who died of an apparently self-inflicted gun wound. Trump previously made statements about mass shootings, saying there isn't a gun problem in America, but rather a mental health problem.
Laws have nothing to do with this. This isn't guns. This is about really mental illness, and I feel very strongly about it. And again, politically correct, oh, we're going to solve the problem, there'll be no problem, et cetera, et cetera. You're always going to have difficulties, no matter how tight you run it.
Vice President Joe Biden is hinting at a run for the presidency. Sources close to the VP say Biden is leaning towards running and that he may announce within the week. Biden is already polling well despite him not being an official candidate. The vice president is already polling close to 20%, closely behind Senator Bernie Sanders, but still far off from former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. And in other Hillary news, the nation's largest teacher union is now supporting the former First Lady for president. The National Education Association announced its support for Clinton on Saturday. Clinton accepted the endorsement and said she is deeply honored to be supported by the 3 million-member union. While thanking the NEA, Clinton also highlighted her plan to create a new teacher recruitment program in the Senate.
Clearly, it was a big weekend for Hillary Clinton, who made a special appearance on the season premiere of SNL. The Democratic frontrunner played a bartender named Val, who kept the drinks coming for her Saturday Night Live counterpart, Kate McKinnon. Clinton sent the audience into a fit of laughter when she did a memorable impersonation of Donald Trump. The special appearance was meant to show her humorous side and possibly boost her poll numbers. And SNL may be getting some new material this season. Following rumors that Fox TV is rebooting The A-Team, The Hollywood Reporter says CBS is bringing MacGyver back to the small screen. The network is creating an updated version of the show that ran for 7 seasons on ABC. Scott Gamill from NCIS Los Angeles will write the script and executively produce the series.
Up next, the latest in the sports world. We have your Syracuse highlights from the weekend, and why are the New York Yankees in trouble after the playoffs, before the playoffs even started? Don't go anywhere, because Sports on News is coming up next.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Staring contest! You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
Looks like it's done.
Don't let salmonella get funky with your chicken. On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. You can't see these microbes, but they might be there. So learn the right temperature to cook each type of meat. Keep your family safe at foodsafety.gov.
If you see news happening on campus in Syracuse or across the nation, call the Citrus TV newsroom 315-443-1177 or tweet at Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
The Syracuse field hockey team is ranked 2nd in the country this season. After getting off to their hottest start since 2012, the Orange hosted neighboring school Cornell yesterday. And the team huddle here. There's a lot of smiles in that huddle, a lot to be happy about. So let's just start this game off with no better than the team's leading scorer, Rose Wares, who after a Cornell block penalty corner, she put Syracuse on the board 1-0. Here's Wares again, but this time a pass to her teammate, Emma Lamison, who puts this one into the net, Syracuse up 2-0. It wasn't all Syracuse, though, in the first half, as Cornell's Kristen Myers puts her team on the board, SU still leading 2-1. Now let's head to the second half where Syracuse takes over. There was just a goal by Emma Lamison, again 4-1 Syracuse. Now her teammate Emma Tufts, who steals the ball in the back and scores, SU leads 7-1 with 11 minutes left. But don't forget about Rose Wares, who with the penalty stroke goal here put Syracuse way ahead 8-1. Syracuse would end up winning 9-1. After a 3-game road stint where SU's women's soccer team got swept, the Orange was looking forward to a game at home this past weekend. Some pregame warm-ups here, but let's just get to the game. Isabella Habuda, remember that name as it's saved by Courtney Brosnan in the 7th minute. Isabella Habuda would then keep that name in mind, though, because Aubrey Baker, her teammate, will give the ball back down to Isabella Habuda, number 51, where she will retaliate against Brosnan. Brosnan will not get this one. Syracuse down 1-0 to Louisville. But that would be Brosnan's last goal that she gives up, because here's Allison Price's attempt, and it is not enough. Brosnan will not give up any more goals that day. Here's Stephanie Skilton for Syracuse. They want to take their chance, but Taylor Buckland, Louisville's goalie, says no to her. The last attempt here, you'll see number 16 in the back. She's going to take another attempt on the goal, but Buckland will stop that one too. No final attack as the final buzzer sounds. Final score, Louisville 1, Syracuse 0. While the women's soccer team continues to struggle, SU volleyball just keeps on winning. SU has already won more games than they had in all of 2014. Citrus TV's Kevin Ryans takes a look at a rejuvenated squad.
After a 9-21 campaign in 2014, the SU volleyball team has taken the NCAA by storm. The Orange has 12 wins already this season, including 3 in conference play, and Coach Leonard Yellen believes it's because the team has gelled so well.
The upperclassmen, they are was the leaders, our freshman and our sophomore. They was a big part of it, not just a helper. They was like full-time, participating.
A big factor for Syracuse has been the play of redshirt senior Nicolette Sarator. After sitting out last year due to injury, Sarator is among the top players on the team in points this season. But like any leader, she is focused on making sure her presence benefits everyone on the court.
I like to think that I have a positive impact, and I'm someone that people can turn to on the court, and they can look at me and they could feel reassured if we're behind. Hopefully the girls can see that, and I can see that they're giving everything they have.
It's too early to tell whether SU is good enough to make a postseason run, but halfway through the campaign, they're off to a good start. Kevin Ryans, Citrus TV News.
Now in baseball news, the New York Yankees
biggest news isn't just tomorrow's wildcard game against the Houston Astros. This morning, the organization announced six-time All-Star left-hander CC Sabathia will be checking himself into an alcohol rehabilitation center today, this happened today, and that means that he will miss the remainder of the 2015 season. Sabathia is coming off the worst season of his 14-year career with a 6-10 record and a 4.73 ERA. The former Cy Young Award winner was able to end the regular season on a high note, making the Yankees more confident in his ability to start the playoffs this year, which won't happen. And now, if the Bombers were to advance to the ALDS, they will have a void to fill in the starting rotation, which will likely be right-hander Adam Warren. So that's just some news, but I mean, it was just a crazy week in sports, a bunch of people being fired everywhere also, which Matt Williams for the Nationals was one thing. Dolphins today in football news, Philbin, I mean, it was just a crazy time in sports.
Yeah, and also in Liverpool, it was a big deal when the coach there got fired. Brandon Williams got fired also.
Thanks, Ariel. Coming up on Citrus TV News Live at 6, well, it's been a crazy couple of days for animals this weekend.
And we'll be right back.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
So, Brittany, what do we wear when we wake up tomorrow morning?
Throw on a pair of jeans, a light sweater, and head out the door. It's going to be in the high 60s. A beautiful day tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Brittany.
So, as I mentioned, it was a crazy weekend for animals this weekend.
Yep, and there's been everything short of lions, tigers, and bears in the U.S. this past weekend.
Well, it was short of lions and tigers. There were bears in California. A dog had to fend off a family of bears when they came a bit too close to her home.
Jules the bulldog struck fear into the bears' hearts in spite of her small stature.
But those bears were not the only animals on the run this weekend. There was also a moose in New Hampshire. There it is. We have some video for you. It found its way into Manchester, where it ran from street to street. It even jumped over some cars.
And look at that. I mean, look, it's about to jump the car. It's got some moves.
It's got some impressive
look at that.
moves. There
Parkour
it is. Oh,
right
wow.
there by the moose.
That's awesome.
That's all the time that we have for you for Citrus TV News Live at 6. For all the day's news, sports, and entertainment, make sure you follow us on Twitter at CitrusTV and like us on Facebook. While you're at it, I'm Topher Lane.
And I'm Claire Moran. On behalf of the whole cast and crew here at Citrus TV News, have a great night, Syracuse.